It started at 11:57 p.m., a dangerous hour for women and men. The dishes were done. The house was at peace. The sensible choice was to sleep and release. Instead, one poor soul with a functioning bed opened an app and began to read. Now Midnight Online is a magical place where confidence blooms at an alarming pace. Every opinion becomes lawfully crowned. Every hill becomes sacred contested ground. A man named Laser Tigger Teddy47 had posted a take just before 11. It wasn't offensive, it wasn't obscene, it merely was wrong in a moderate scene. Or so thought the reader, who cracked both his knuckles and whispered the phrase that launches all troubles, actually. The stranger replied. The reader replied. The stranger replied. The reader replied, like two shopping carts with damaged front wheels colliding repeatedly, certain they're steel. At 12:08, the issue was small. By 12:15, it wasn't that at all. The topic had drifted through 10 different lands, now somehow involved taxation and bans. Ancient philosophy, coffee, the moon, whether tomatoes should count as a fruit. The reader had no recollection of why any of this mattered beneath the night sky. Yet onward he marched, for pride had the wheel, and pride loves pretending that arguments heal. He gathered statistics, he gathered reports, he searched through old articles, studies, and courts. He assembled a moment evidence neat. The stranger responded, nah, defeat. The reader blinked twice, then searched even more, like a miner convinced there was gold in the floor. Another 10 links, another 6 charts, another 5 paragraphs crafted with art. The stranger responded, too long to lead. A sentence specifically engineered to bleed. At 1:04, the reader stood up, made coffee, bad choice. Now there was no luck. The room had gone quiet, the world had gone dark, except for the glow of this intellectual park. His family slept, his neighbors slept too. Even the dog had sensible things to do. Only 2 people remained, fully awake, a stranger and someone making a mistake. By 1:43, the insults arrived, not vicious enough to report or deprive, just subtle enough to provoke and annoy. The adult transformed into a furious boy. The stranger was smug, the reader was grim, each secretly convinced line with fear and needle considered a curious truth. Both could be wrong, or partly, or both. At 2:11, a strange thing occurred. The reader reread his own previous words. They seemed less brilliant, less sharp, less profound, like furniture purchased while wandering around. He noticed a sentence that didn't quite land, a point that relied upon verbal quicksand, a claim that looked weaker each time that he checked, a crack in the armor of perfect intellect. At 2:19, he paused, just a bit, long enough for wisdom to quietly sit, long enough to ask, If I somehow prevail, will Chernritz emerge? Will history hail? Will children recite how I conquered this night? Will Maguvant's lies to commother it right? No! The stranger would sleep. The world would rotate, tomorrow would show up regardless of fate. Bills would remain, laundry would persist, the sun would not care who had won in the list. At 2:24, he closed the app. No speech, no farewell, no victory lap, just silence, a room, and Baghdad waiting near. The first decent idea he'd had in an hour, as he pulled up the blanket, it settled his head. One vital motivation glowed red. The stranger had written, "Guess you gave up." I win. The reader looked down at the message, then grinned, turned off the button, turned out the light, and finally won. His first argument of the night.